Welcome back, beautiful souls, to Nation of Glory, the home of inspiration, courage, and the real stories that touch hearts all over the world. If you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button, because here, we don't just talk about Hollywood, we talk about the hearts that make it shine. Today, we're about to dive into a story that will make you smile, cry, and believe in the power of dreams again. A story about a young woman from Bulgaria who dared to dream beyond borders, beyond language, and beyond fear, a woman who turned her voice, her heart, and her courage into a bridge between her small hometown and the grand stage of Hollywood. This is the incredible journey of Maria Bakalova, the girl who proved that no dream is too far away when your spirit refuses to give up. Maria Valcheva Bakalova was born on June 4, 1996, in Burgas, Bulgaria, a seaside city filled with beauty, music, and quiet determination. From the very start, Maria wasn't like the others. While most kids dreamed of simple things, she dreamed in worlds, in emotions, in stories. She grew up surrounded by art, literature, and music. As a little girl, she would stand in front of her mirror and perform, as if the whole universe was watching her. Her imagination had no limits, and her soul, it already belonged to the stage. Her parents weren't from the entertainment industry, her mother was a social worker, and her father worked in construction. But they saw something rare in their daughter, a light that refused to fade. They supported her, even when the road ahead was unclear. They believed that if she followed her passion, someday, the world would too. At the age of 6, Maria began taking singing and flute lessons. She was drawn to music's beauty, to the way sound could move hearts. But as she grew older, her love expanded, she discovered acting. And that discovery changed everything. Acting wasn't just fun for her, it was purpose. It was freedom. It was where she could become anyone, anywhere, and speak truths too deep for words. She studied at the National School of Arts in Burgas, and later, at the National Academy for Theatre and Film Arts in Sofia. But her journey wasn't easy. Bulgaria isn't a country known for sending stars to Hollywood. It's a place rich with culture, yes, but far from the glamour and opportunities of Los Angeles. Maria often faced doubt, not from herself, but from others who couldn't see what she saw. It's impossible, some said. Hollywood doesn't look for girls like us. But Maria didn't listen. Her belief was stronger than fear. She once said in an interview, "Dreaming is free. And if you dream big enough, maybe life will find a way to surprise you." That became her truth. She worked harder than anyone else. She studied theater, worked in local productions, performed in short films, and spent nights memorizing monologues in English even when the words didn't come easily. She practiced accents, studied emotions, and told herself, one day, she would make it. And then, one day, destiny knocked. It was 2019 when Maria's world changed forever. A casting call appeared online for a secret film project. No one knew what it was about. The only thing that caught her attention was this: the audition was open to actresses from Eastern Europe, fluent in English, brave enough to improvise, and willing to take risks. Maria sent her tape, just like thousands of others. She had no idea that it would reach the hands of one of Hollywood's most unpredictable geniuses, Sacha Baron Cohen. The project, a hidden camera comedy, the sequel to Borat. And they were looking for someone to play Tutar Sagdiyev, Borat's daughter. It was the role that would change her life. At first, no one knew who Maria was. She walked into the audition room with nothing but her belief. And in that room, she didn't just act, she transformed. She became Tutar, wild, fearless, full of life. Sacha Baron Cohen said later that the moment he saw her, he knew she was perfect. She had the rare ability to be funny, brave, emotional, and real, all at once. When she got the call that she had landed the role, she was in complete shock. She didn't just get a job, she got a passport to the world stage. But what she didn't realize yet was how intense it would be. Filming Borat Subsequent Moviefilm was not like any normal movie. It was chaotic, risky, and dangerous. Most scenes were shot with real people who didn't know they were in a movie. Maria had to think fast, act fast, and stay in character under pressure that would break most actors. She was thrown into situations with politicians, strangers, and even in the middle of protests, all while maintaining her accent, her emotions, her humor. There's one scene that made headlines around the world, the now infamous interview with a US politician. It was a nerve-wracking moment, but Maria handled it with professionalism, grace, and bravery. Overnight, she became a global sensation. People everywhere asked, "Who is this actress?" Her performance was raw, bold, and unforgettable. Critics were stunned. She wasn't just good, she was extraordinary. The girl from Bulgaria had stolen the show from one of comedy's biggest icons. And soon, the world took notice. Maria Bakalova became the first Bulgarian actress ever nominated for an Academy Award. Just think about that. A girl from a small town, who used to dream in her bedroom, was now standing among Hollywood's greatest: Meryl Streep, Viola Davis, Frances McDormand. Her journey was no longer just her own, it was history. The Oscar nomination was more than recognition. It was a message to the world that talent has no borders, that dreams don't belong to one country, and that courage can come from the most unexpected places. When she walked the red carpet for the first time, she didn't just wear a gown, she carried the pride of an entire nation. Bulgaria celebrated her as a hero. Young artists saw hope. In Maria, she was overwhelmed with gratitude. She said, "This is not just my success. This is for every little girl who believes she can." After Borat, Maria's career exploded. She worked on films with some of the biggest names in Hollywood, but she never lost her heart. She chose roles that challenged her, stories that mattered. From Bodies, 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 a dark comedy exploring modern youth, to The Bubble, a satirical look at fame, Maria proved she was not a one-hit wonder. She could do comedy, drama, emotion, and mystery, she could do it all. And yet, what makes her story so powerful is not just her success, it's her soul. Behind the cameras, Maria is humble, kind, and deeply emotional. She speaks about mental health, about the importance of staying grounded, and about how art can heal people. She often says that the most beautiful thing about acting is the chance to understand others, to live 1,000 lives and find yourself in each one. She uses her platform to uplift young Bulgarian artists, encouraging them to follow their dreams even if the world tells them it's impossible. She visits her home country, supports local film projects, and continues to honor her roots. She hasn't forgotten who she is, and that's what makes her shine even brighter. You see, fame can change people. But for Maria, fame only deepened her gratitude. She once said, "I don't want to be famous. I want to make people feel something." And isn't that the purest form of art? Her performances continue to amaze audiences. She doesn't act for applause, she acts for connection. When you watch her on screen, you feel her heart, her energy, her truth. It's as if she opens a window into her soul, and lets you see your own reflection in it. Her story is proof that dreams can start anywhere, in a small apartment, a quiet city, or a country few people talk about, and still reach the biggest stage in the world. She once said she used to watch the Oscars on television as a child, never imagining she'd be there one day. But she never stopped believing. Even when the road was uncertain, she trusted that art had a way of finding those who refused to give up. Maria's journey teaches us something bigger than fame, it teaches us hope. Hope that hard work pays off. Hope that talent can break walls. And hope that even one voice, when filled with truth, can echo around the world. Through her laughter, her tears, and her bravery, Maria Bakalova has become not just a star, but a symbol of possibility. For every artist from a small place, every dreamer with an accent, every believer who feels unseen, her story says, "You are enough, and your dream is worth it." Today, Maria continues to rise. She's producing, acting, and creating her own path. She's involved in projects that empower women and showcase diverse voices. Hollywood is finally seeing what Bulgaria always knew, that Maria Bakalova is a once-in-a-generation talent, whose passion is as big as her heart. And maybe that's why her story touches so many. Because it's not about luck. It's about faith. It's about falling and standing up again. About being scared and still moving forward. About knowing that the world might not be ready for you, but you go anyway. Her name may be written in gold now, but her spirit remains beautifully human. She still smiles shyly when people recognize her, still calls her parents from sets, still talks about how surreal it all feels. That humility, that's her real power. When asked what success means to her, Maria once said, "Success is being able to do what you love, without losing who you are." And that's exactly what she's done. She's built a career without losing her truth. She's become famous without becoming unreachable. She's living her dream, and still dreaming. And maybe that's the magic of Maria Bakalova. She reminds us that Hollywood isn't just a place. It's a state of heart. It's the belief that stories can travel oceans, languages, and generations. That a girl from Burgas can make the world laugh, cry, and feel alive. So tonight, as we celebrate her journey, let's remember what her story really means. It's not just about an actress winning awards. It's about a human being showing us that courage is contagious, and that beauty comes from honesty, not perfection. If you're listening to this and you have a dream, maybe you paint, maybe you sing, maybe you write, let Maria's story remind you, no dream is too small, no accent too thick, no place too far. The only thing that matters is how much heart you bring to it. Because at the end of the day, that's what glory really is. Not fame, not fortune, but the ability to stay true to yourself and still rise. Maria Bakalova rose, not because the world opened doors for her, but because she learned how to build them herself. And that's why her story belongs here, on Nation of Glory, where we celebrate not just stars, but souls. Thank you for joining us on this emotional journey through the life of Maria Bakalova, a symbol of courage, creativity, and hope. If her story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Nation of Glory. Your support helps us keep telling the stories that inspire the world. Until next time, stay kind, stay brave, and remember, glory isn't found in fame, it's found in your heart. This is Nation of Glory, signing off. See you in the next story.